People have turned security to a business. So we should not monetize the death of people by those who are living by appropriating funds in the name of protecting schools. And as we know now, the schools are not protected. What happened to the money? Floor of this Senate and outside this Senate. And even during the electioneering campaign. But the size of the Nigerian army is exactly what it was. So my prayer is this.
The additional prayer is that time and time again, we have gone.
Yes.
Urge the Senate time and time again to do what?
No, urge the Nigerian Armed Forces and the Commander-in-Chief to recruit additional 1,000 men into the Nigerian Army so that we have enough men and women in uniform to cover the entire country. And number two, that we probe the amount disbursed in the name of Safe School Program. How much was spent? Who collected the money? What did they do with it? Because now we have seen, Mr. President, as additional prayer, people have turned security to a business. So we should not monetize the death of people by those who are living by appropriating funds in the name of protecting schools. And as we know now, the schools are not protected. What happened to the money?
So your prayer 3?
Yes, sir.
Is that we should urge them to continue by ensuring the recruitment.
To probe what has happened to the money.
No, you had 2 legs. One
sir,
is that
it's a motion of 2 legs. One is to recruit additional 1,000 men and women into the Nigerian army.
You had 2 legs. You had 2 legs. You had 2 legs.
Yes, sir. I have 2 legs, sir. Left and right.
You had 2 legs to your contribution. One is that we should enhance the Safe School Program by immediate recruitment of at least 1,000 additional personnel.
No, 100,000.
Or 100,000 additional personnel to ensure the protection of schools.
That is army. Because the chief of army staff said they have 177,000 men. I think we should have at least 100,000 more to make it 277,000. This point will be captured in our prayer that we want additional 100,000 men and women to be recruited and trained and equipped and well kitted in the Nigerian army to be able to cover the increasing number of population and the fact that we now have more schools than we used to have in 1960, in 1970, in 1980. Every year, our population is growing at 3%, and therefore our armed forces numbers should increase in addition to the deployment of appropriate tracking technology.
So urge the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces to order immediate recruitment of at least 100,000 personnel.
Yes, Mr. President.
Into the armed forces. It
will be, sir, I have always had reform them. This is better than providing tokens to people. These are jobs that out of the unemployment market. It will be money well spent, even if somebody else has to give.
So we should all of the armed forces to immediately ensure the recruitment of at least 100,000 personnel.
Yes, sir.
Into the armed forces. No, it's at least. He's saying at least. At least it's a motion. At least 100,000 personnel into the armed forces to cater for the security of the nation in view of the exponential increase in our population. That's one.
The second
one is
money voted
that
for
we should look into
Safe School
that
program.
The Senate, you are urging the Senate to look into the issue or the money voted for Safe School Program and how they were utilized.
Yes, Mr. President. Thank you, sir.
Any seconder?
There's need for guidance here. He ought to have crafted his motion in a way that it will be well understood. put it together, and then you read it so that somebody will second. Just write it, count it very well, and then somebody will second. Because there are two motions together.
Sorry. Madam Oshiomole, clench it immediately so you can craft the motion for us.
Says and make sense out of it. That's why we have clerk.
It's the practice of the Senate that when you have additional prayer, you should write it out. Is there any other additional prayer? No. Okay, so we wait. We'll give him a few minutes to conclude on the additional prayer. Distinguished Senator Oshiomole is busy crafting his additional prayer. I want you to know that in all circumstances where you have additional prayer, even after it has been concluded, the staff here will still give you a plain sheet so you can author it for the purpose of our votes and proceedings. You must write it out for the purpose of our votes and proceedings. That is the normal practice in the Senate. Let me quickly thank distinguished Senator Yaya, our leader, for bringing this issue to the fore and to say that it's really a matter of urgent national importance occurring just yesterday morning. And I do know that I haven't got much details, but I know that this must have been an educational institute that was not limited to one religion. So I'm sure that the place must have been full of both Christians and Muslims. And so a lot of people who are going with a sentiment of targeted violence on religious basis should note that a bullet, whether it is stray or direct, has no religious inclination.